they've walked you through Horizon Zero Dawn, through The Last of Us, and through For Honor. This summer, one man, one horde, one motorcycle, many, many locations with an open world map, and one very large arsenal. When the dust settles at the end of the day, who will remain standing? Will it be Deacon St. John? Or those he stands against? Find out for yourself at twitch.tv/wildwolfgaming1. Stay wild, everyone. In the video game streaming system, the viewers are represented by two distinct groups: the gamers who provide walkthroughs and compete for wins, and the entertainers who provide nonsense and fun. These are the games of the Insomnia Squad. Doink Doink by Mike Post. Come to twitch.tv/awolvesdengames and click the follow button. That way you will be notified for further games by the Insomnia Squad. Sakuyanade, Bal Olaram, or hello everyone and welcome. A Wolves Den Games is proud to present Monday Magic Mania with your host, Groy Lorkier. Hello everyone, and welcome. It is our Magic Day today. This is probably one of the tabletop games that I've been playing the longest, probably since 2005. I am not really a fan of current Magic, or their business model, but that's beside the point. I will do my best to try and make this last a little longer than my 2015 games, because I get fed up with the grind real fast. I'm just not really a competitive player, particularly for Magic, because there's just cost too much for that. But you will notice I am level 10 for this season. Mostly just from filling these out using bot matches. However, I'm going to use my personal favorite deck for as many of these as possible, because it's casting red and black spells and casting creatures, which I have no issue with whatsoever. And I'd rather play a bot because playing against people just gets too competitive and frustrating because it's gotta get the win, gotta get the win. And I've never really been that kind of player. It's more about spending time with friends or family and having fun, at least to me. Let's see, starting with a planeswalker, and that's almost every turn right up until turn 4. Yeah, I think we'll keep that. I like that. A lot of this I got through certain emails from MTG Arena. If you're not sure what that does, whenever you activate the loyalty ability of a Chandra, you may pay 1. If you do, copy it and do it again. Let's see. I'm gonna do that first.
Living in a monastery full of firebrands? It's awesome.
Okay. Put a loyalty counter? Yeah. Create 2 red. Okay, I think that'll be the one we'll go with for this one.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Attack with all. Target creature specifically. Okay. What's her big ability? Cast target instant or sorcery 3 or less from your graveyard. That can be helpful too. Let's see. They don't have a creature, so that's why that spell wasn't an option. Give those haste. Sure, I'll pay the 1.
Hey, these little guys are cool at 'em, buddies.
Hey, that worked out nicely. For those over on Facebook, if you're watching, feel free to come over to twitch.tv/wolvesdengames. We've got information regarding how to get a hold of us if you have some ideas for future games, or information regarding other things that we do and that kind of thing. Let's see, first I'm going to do that because I can. Keeping that on top. Okay. Let's see. There we go. That way it's all set for next turn. Drop down 4 more elementals.
Don't worry. I brought company.
Okay. I mean, I really don't like the whole over-competitive nature, but I do like how this deck tends to run. Can't deny that. That, and I just love being able to have a deck that has almost every Chandra in it. Hello, Ariana. Welcome. I know it's not Skyrim, and we've usually been doing Skyrim lately, but the main reason why I'm playing this instead is because it's kind of the way our schedule goes. That and later tonight on another channel, one of the hosts that inspires us is doing their Monday Night Magic show tonight. So I figure we can kind of stay on same theme as them, sort of. And if I time it right, this will end just in time as that one's starting. So if you guys wanted to jump over to that, that'd be cool. Monday Night Magic is a show that discusses more competitive Magic. I am, as I mentioned, a strictly casual player. I'll pay the 1.
Oh, they're so cute.
I'll go ahead and do that because I want as many of my guys to stay alive as possible. I have an idea. Wait, what's that ability? To draw a card. No, I don't want to draw the card. Okay, I'm going to attack with everything but one of those. Swing with all that. Yeah, I figured he'd do that. It's okay, we ended up winning anyway, so... Woohoo! Kind of the way I tend to view it when it comes to Magic. Win or lose, if the deck is fun to play, that's what I'm here for. And too much of Magic nowadays is you have to have the win. That's what's important. Well, it isn't really. I do want to thank everybody for joining us wherever you happen to be. Like with the Skyrim runs, though, we are here mostly for strictly entertainment value. I apologize for when we'd had to push back the time a little bit. Kind of here with a heavy heart. It's a rough day. My, well, family member passed away today, and while kind of knew it was coming, it's still a little bit of a shock, if you understand where I'm coming from on that. So, mostly, still here because, well, gotta kind of put the work in regardless, no matter how much I might not be feeling like it. It's kind of the way life works, isn't it? What are you gonna come at me with? There we go. That guarantee, because that has menace, it can only be blocked by 2 or more creatures, I think. Right? Creature with menace can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. And that has flying. Okay, we're gonna need some land here. Actually, I think I'll work with that. I'm not going to... Wait. Crap. I should have attacked with that one, because he couldn't do anything about it. It's what happens. I end up not really thinking as much about what I should be doing. It's okay. I got plenty of life. I can deal with it. And I'm not getting lands. Fine then. Okay. You couldn't block it even if you wanted to. Unless you had a creature with flash. Why'd you hit that one? That made no sense. That would be the real threat. Okay, they got the real threat dealt with. Come on, lands. Or not. Okay, that's 8 damage in 2 turns. That's not bad. There's the land. Here we go. What's this one? 2 damage to target player, each creature that player controls. There's Flame's Fury right there. But it would let us shuffle the deck. Deal a little extra damage. Since we already have it, we'll end the search there, because it's in our hand. And win the game. Welcome, everyone. I apologize if this actually seems more boring to you than my usual Skyrim runs. Mostly I'm trying to stay on theme more than anything else. Got some new cards, got a new pack. I'm trying to get one more mythic wild card so I can get the one Chandra that I'm missing. Choose target permanent card. Another one of those. Another one of those. We've got One common. We need the mythic rare. Okay. Just checking on a couple of things with that real quick. Cast 20 red or black spells. We'll have that here shortly. I'm not really one to play against people, but if someone happens to play and we're interested, I could probably set something up. Information as to my thing for a challenge is over there on twitch.tv/wolvesdengames through the Discord command.
This looks like a good spot.
All commands over there, you just put a exclamation point in front of it and type it out. There is a list of available ones. And yes, you're probably wondering, why did you do that? Well, mostly just trying to deal as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible. I'll work with that. If anybody would rather see something else, I'm more than happy to jump over to something else once we get today's magic stuff out of the way. They chose not to block. I wonder why. Huh. I also apologize that last night we didn't do an Insomnia Squad like I technically intended, but by the time dinner and everything, I was just too tired. If I'm up against green, yeah, I'm going to need to do as much damage as I can as quickly as possible. Because green has a tendency to ramp up their mana and their creatures rather quickly. I'm good with that. One of those. One of those.
Going. We can do this.
That one. And that one. Gets rid of their land ramp, their mana ramp. Prevents them from being able to block this at all. And since they're tapped, they couldn't block anyway. So here's another 5 damage. So I'm doing pretty good today in terms of how my magic games are going. Oh, also to mention it, we will be having a new host taking over Thursdays. Miss Sidika's son, Chris, will be joining the scheduling and playing. I know we don't have any spells, but it gives her that +1, and that's the important bit. Because if we can get to 8, then we can start casting spells from our graveyard. No attacks, because that would be crazy. This is why I was sitting there dealing as much damage as I could. We need to get that emblem.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
I can't do anything right now. This is the part that I dislike about Magic. Too much of it is entirely luck of the draw. Ah! Sorry, folks. Lost track of my mouse there for a second. Okay. I'm not gonna block. Again, same reason. Wait.
Keep going. You can do this.
At least that way I'll take out one of their creatures. It's one less one they can hit me with. And we can get our emblem beginning of next turn, which should be enough. I'm hoping. Considering the cards in the graveyard. Because we've got 2, 3, that's 5 damage.
What was that for?
Well, we've got 5 damage sitting in the graveyard. Okay. Oh, that took 3 damage. Crap.
But what kind of fire?
Granted, if they're busy focused on taking Jaya out.
Powerful
Okay, that can take care of both creatures. So yay. That'll buy us some time. I'm not worried about that again. I hope they don't boost it. Yep, they boosted it. Well, we just wasted 3 goblins for no reason.
Prepare yourself.
Of course, if I didn't have to have the all the extra lands in here that I would never put into a deck normally. Oh, I should have attacked. Yeah, they would have blocked. No, it would have been pointless. They would have blocked with that one.
Keep going.
Pass to blockers. Now block it. Because apparently the only chance we've got Wait. Hang on. That first.
Want to see what a master is capable of?
Now this. Whoops. 1, 2. And then they'll hit Jaya, and I won't be able to cast any spells from the graveyard. And we're right back in the same place we were in the first place.
Feel like a big hero, don't you? Let's see how you manage this.
They'll probably manage it just fine, wipe out Jaya, then we've got nothing. 'Cause that's how magic works.
Well, I'm going home.
Yeah, I know, there was no reason at all to block any of it.
Good game.
Well, thank you. You must be glad you took all my lands from me. Or flooded me with lands, let's put it that way. It'd be nice if they randomized the deck. Anyway, that's all of today's challenges. We've been on about an hour. I'll play one more. This is about as interested as I get in Magic nowadays. But considering how much of this game is pay to win, and gotta pay to the singles market for it, which the people who make Magic get no money out of that, so somebody didn't do any homework as far as how business works. And they market this for the competitive player. Yet the majority of their demographic is the casual player. So it's kind of odd. Kind of the reason why we're working on a cooperative card game, because there really aren't many of those at all. And you get a lot less toxic mentality when people need to be cooperative rather than competitive. Granted, I'm also of the mind that if people actually work together with things, then more things can be accomplished. Throwing in Chandra just because I can.
I know. I am hot, aren't I?
That was mostly just to get her on the board. I really have no use for that card, to be completely honest. But if you have a Planeswalker out, your opponent has a tendency to target the Planeswalker. And unless I have the land to pay for whatever might get drawn,
There's no problem fire can't solve.
let's see.
Wow.
Then that. So put them at 2.
Whoa! That's got to leave a mark.
Of course it is. And they have no creatures, so won't really matter if I exile, because it's a win.
Burning.
Yeah, that should be plenty.
Nice job.
12 damage in one go. We leveled up at least. Hope everyone's having a decent day at least. I know mine could be better, but that's not something I have any kind of control over in that respect. Huh. I've gotten a lot of this opened up in very little time. That's kind of funny. House Demir. I haven't even looked at that deck. I got the Rakdos deck, but I never paid attention to it. Didn't even look at the cards that they put in here. Shock. Spear Spewer. Maybe I should try this deck out sometime. I'm not usually a fan of precons, but have to admit they did have a really, really good precon back during Kamigawa block. Red and black came with Heartless Hitotsugu and Overblaze, and if you use those two right, that's a win right off the bat. Heartless Hitotsugu deals damage equal to half a player's life rounded down, and Overblaze doubles any damage dealt by target card, I think. By target source or something. Anyway. So because of that, you ping with the Hitotsugu to get them to half their life, and then you use Overblaze to double that amount of damage. And half times 2, of course, is whole. So, granted, I would take Heartless Hitotsugu, Overblaze, Nib Mizzet, and Ophidian Eye, which causes a damage loop, and if used with Overblaze, you can wipe out an entire table in one go. I've only been able to pull it off once, but it was a very interesting game. And then, what else did I have in there? The original Jaya Ballard card with Stuffy Doll, because she'll deal damage to everything on 6 damage to everything on the board, and that includes Stuffy Doll. So, and Stuffy Doll is an indestructible artifact that when dealt damage, it deals damage to the player you've assigned it to. And if you've got something like Soul Foundry, then you can just start putting Stuffy Doll after Stuffy Doll on the board. and they ping for 1 damage as well. So every card in that particular, every creature in that deck had been a pinger. And then I ended up adding a few other interesting details to it. Then we also ended up adding, what was it? We also ended up adding, or I did, the Willbreaker card, which I don't think is in here because most of the cards from here are much newer than that. But Willbreaker would allow you to, if a spell or an ability would target something, Willbreaker steals that for as long as you control Willbreaker. So, in a deck full of pingers, every single one of those targets something. So you could just sit there and tap all your creatures, ping one of theirs with each of them, and all of a sudden their entire army is your army, and they can't do anything about it. If it goes right. But that's not even counting all the other win combinations thrown into that particular deck, and that was just because I was wondering, hey, I wonder if this would work. And when you're low on finances and trying to play a game like Magic the Gathering, you innovate more than anything else because you just don't have the money for the real fancy, expensive cards. Kind of like, for me, when I'm playing these, I do it to have fun and for collecting purposes, because while these are the cards I have, the main ones I want are the Chandras, because that's my favorite character. Well, Jaya's my favorite. Not this Jaya, the original Jaya, had some amazing art and was the first prototype for the Planeswalker cards before they had Planeswalker cards. And the innovation that came with it was amazing and stayed on character, I guess. And because of that, I tend to look for more collectible type cards, things that I find interesting that I might be able to build something around, rather than, ooh, that's a rare or a mythic, and therefore it might be worth quite a bit in the long run. And that kind of thing I'd rather not focus on, because I just don't have that kind of money. But you'll notice, of all the cards that have the word Chandra in it, there's only one I don't have. So that's usually how I end up picking my cards. I find something that I like, or that I know works for me personally. I do my best to get at least one, if not multiples, and I slowly build as I go. Now, if it would let me craft it, which it wouldn't because I don't have a mythic rare up here. If I could, as soon as I can craft it, I will craft it. But again, I'm not one to sit here and spend all day just grinding on Magic the Gathering in order to try and get that mythic, or even to fly up here to the higher ranks and whatnot. 5 decks at 25? That's interesting. Eventually I'll get there. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, I mean, we're already at 12. I see no reason to rush into what if I were to grind. There is the there's that missing Chandra right there. But again, I'm more the type to... I'll hop on maybe once a day just to get the daily challenges done and then move on. It's really not that big a deal to me. Honestly, I get more out of Skyrim or one of the many other games we do happen to have. Speaking of, I can go through a quick list here as far as what's available and what we can do in particular. I'm not leaving just yet. But I mean, this is basically where we are at the moment. I don't really... 15 days in order for me to hit 25, I'm not going to push for it. If I get there, I get there. If I don't, okay. The way things have a tendency to rotate with Magic, meaning a lot of the cards that you end up getting, you eventually end up not being able to use for anything, which is just another reason why I'm not real big on keeping up with Magic, because that gets pricey. And nowadays, you really can't afford to get that pricey. But as far as other games that we have available, if you'd like to see them at some point, we do have Borderlands 1 and 2, Broforce, which we've done a few streams of, Dota Underlords, Skyrim, of course, which I'd be happy to go back to anytime. You guys just let me know what you want. We have Eternal, which is another card game, kind of like Magic, but Eternal does let you do more solo stuff, so it's less dependent on getting those wins against particular people. And you get a decent handout of cards. A little bit better than with Magic, I think. That might just be my personal opinion, but then there's the Expendabros, which is a spin-off of Broforce based on Expendables 3. And I know that little section of my my screen is kind of blocked by chat, but if I am playing against somebody and they happen to be on here and watching, at least they won't see which deck I tend to pick until we're actually playing. We also have Guts and Glory, Magic 2014, 2015, and Duels.
Hi.
That's Miss Adika. We have Mortal Kombat 9. Plague Inc. will be starting up on Thursdays. Still working on a title for that with our new host, Chris Moore. We've got Ruby Grim Eclipse for the fans of the RWBY TV series from Rooster Teeth. Let's see. Unfortunately, none of my Star Wars games seem to be working currently, which is unfortunate because I'm a big fan of Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy. And then there's Warframe as one of the other ones we have available. Again, we're willing to pretty much run anything as long as we actually have it. Those are just the Steam games we have. We do have, thanks to one of our viewers, we actually have Fallout New Vegas as well. I have not even... I've never played any of the Fallout games other than Fallout Shelter, and I was not a fan of Fallout Shelter. Just not my type of game. However, I mean, there are plenty of other options and availabilities. There's Apex. Anything that comes up on the Insomnia Squad commercials during breaks and that kind of thing, those are all definitely viable options for us to play. Just depends on what you guys want to see. And in addition to that, if you could let us know what kind of games do you guys really want to see. Do you prefer the Skyrim runs where I'm just wandering around and exploring, or is there something else you'd have an interest in seeing, assuming that we have it? Eventually, we do hope to upgrade things to the point where we can do some tabletop streams to be able to feature some of our own games, which I think would be particularly interesting because how often do you get a channel that literally sponsors itself, sort of? I mean, I'd love a chance to be able for us to feature some of our tabletop stuff. Maybe even some of the playtesting sessions as we go. And then, of course, we also have all the digital games. Hopefully, we eventually intend to get a capture card set up so we can hook the PS3 or PS4 to this, so you guys get the full overlay instead of just the screen with the game. Mostly just looking to have some fun, and if that helps get our name out as a company and helps get people interested in what we have up and coming, even better. And if the broadcasting helps bring people in to say hello, hello Bobsta, even that is enough to keep us doing this. I mean, yeah, it's not like we have anything set for monetization or anything just yet. We do have some shirts and mugs available. If you want to come over to twitch.tv/wolvesdengames and click on the little thing down below our video. Just to see what we have. We do have some very simple system tabletop RPGs out. One of which is the players are a group of wolves who are trying to locate some lost wolf pups, using communication and cooperation to be able to rescue the pups from a nearby location. I'd say more, but as far as that's concerned, that's actually more up to the players and who's the game master for that game. There are options to roll for and choose, but you can always just write your own adventure and be like, hey, we're going to go do this. This is the kind of location we're going to be searching, and kind of make things up as you go. We try to put enough information so that if you haven't played tabletop, there's enough to get you started. It's kind of like remember way back when things were way simpler and you could just go play like hide and seek with your friends, or cops and robbers. The only problem with cops and robbers is it always ended up coming out to be more bang, I got you. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. Well, that's when you don't have anything to kind of control that, whether or not you hit or miss, then you end up with a lot of arguments. D&D is kind of like, well, tabletop RPGs in general are pretty much like cops and robbers, only somebody's added rules to it. So that you know when somebody hits and somebody misses. Kind of makes things a little easier that way. In the meantime, we've been running for almost an hour here. Unfortunately, Magic really isn't something I have as much interest in as I used to. Back when I thought I might have a chance at something like Pro Tour or anything like that. Uh, Unfortunately, I have since learned that there's no way I would be able to get into Pro Tour. I don't have the cards. I don't have the mindset to sit there and grind for hours and days and all that much travel just to end up in a room with a bunch of people I don't know desperately trying to win a game or enough games for it to count that I would get paid for it. I would much rather come up with something that people enjoy that's a little different, kind of draws their attention. And if they like it, great. Have fun with it. If they don't, well, we've got some other stuff that we're working on that will be coming out as well. Hopefully, we'll have something for somebody. Whether it's in case anybody hasn't seen it, for those who do tabletop gaming, this is my DM screen. It is a prototype currently. Up at the top it says Talesinger's Tome. But this is designed so that it can sit on the shelf to look like a book. Again, this is a prototype. I do plan on redoing this and actually starting to release these made of wood and leather. And I know my personal cover is a little overdone because, well, this is mine, so I can afford to do it for myself. But inside you've got sections for dice and minis, and you've got your charts and spots to hold your maps and character sheets, and spent a long time putting this together. That's our third version of it. Hopefully the fourth one will be the finished wood and leather, properly completed, ready to go kind of one. And then from there, hopefully we'll be able to start releasing some of those, some terrain for tabletop gaming, miniatures, the games themselves, of course. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got the cooperative card game that's in the works. We've got a full world setting that we've been working on for quite a while. Originally, it was some novels I was writing, and due to a car accident, I was unable to finish. But I have enough of the world to be able to start converting that to 5th edition D&D, which we've been doing for the past year so far. That includes some homebrew items, some homebrew backgrounds and subclasses. There's also brand new locations. This world works a little different than any of the traditional ones. Most worlds, when you have like D&D or tabletop roleplay, most worlds are created by the good deities, and the evil deities are trying to destroy that or create whatever chaos or be set free from whatever's holding them in place. While my world is actually one that was found by a neutral deity who is looking to just restore balance to the world. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other beings of power who are worshipped as deities, trying to manipulate that balance to their own benefit. And the world is what results from that interaction and conflict between neutrality and everything else, uh, which should make gameplay a lot more interesting from uh, the alignment perspective, because alignment shows up in D&D and it's referred to in other things, but if you really pay attention, alignment doesn't actually exist. It's more your point of view. For example, if you're someone who loves nature and you live out more more by yourself, smaller community out in wilderness, you're used to life having certain rules. But you get into a city and it just seems like it's all chaos. Uh, their laws don't necessarily make sense to you because you're not from there. Things work differently. But if you're from the city, it's the same way if you end up out in the country, in a smaller community. Things seem odd. It seems too quiet. The laws are the laws of nature are different from the laws of man. Things like that, which all affect our own perception of the world we live in. And our setting is kind of approaching that view directly rather than just dropping it to something simple like alignment, where alignment is more like, do my views align with yours, rather than an entire group of people is one particular alignment because of whatever reason. For example, Drow, also known as Dark Elves, are considered an evil race because in D&D, the goddess that they answer to is viewed as evil. But to a Drow, those beliefs would be law. Those thoughts would be what you would consider as good. And anybody acting other than that would be evil to you. So, because of that, alignment has makes less sense to me than just approaching it from a point of view standpoint. Things like when creating a character, I would rather have my players decide what main goal does your character want out of life. Are they looking to be rich and famous, or are they just looking to find a place where they can settle down and take care of their family without any of the stresses of whatever? And regardless of what their end goal is, what line do they refuse to cross to achieve that goal? Anybody who's willing to cross that line that they won't would be evil compared to their personal view. And by running my world that way, it makes it feel more realistic, at least to me. I'm just one of those kind of people. However, due to magic being magic, as far as Magic the Gathering goes, I think I'm going to go ahead and just drop that for now. I'm going to take a short break. If you guys have something you'd like to see me play by the time I get back, please let me know somewhere in chat, and I will bring it up. Otherwise, I'll be back to have some closing statements, and we'll go from there. And I'll try to get in an Insomnia Squad tonight. I know that last night I was really, really wanting to get onto Skyrim and get some things organized at the house and maybe get the last decorations and stuff finished up. So if that's something you'd like to see, then please let me know. Otherwise, we do have Warframe and all those other games I had mentioned previously. For a reminder, I will go ahead and run our commercials during my short break. I need to get some more coffee and, the usual stuff when you need to take a short break. But yeah, we will be back shortly with closing remarks, if nothing else. We also have a lot of things that we're working on. We've got a whole new campaign that's starting, which I would love to be able to bring to you guys. But we don't have the kind of setup to be able to sit down at the table and play that way. At least, and be able to stream that. Not yet. We're working on it. That much I can promise. But yeah, I will be back shortly, and if you do happen to step away, I do hope that you come back and join us at some point. I will try and keep this as quick as possible and find out what all is going on, and then I can always come back later tonight if necessary. But for now, it's just a quick break. If there's another game you guys would like to see me play before we sign off, please mention it in chat, and we'll go from there. Anyway, I'll be right back. Thank you for joining us so far. Sorry about that, folks. I completely forgot one of my spots here. I knew I was missing one, but I wasn't sure which. And it's not going to fit properly. That's okay. This is just a be right back screen. Sorry for the whole technical glitch right here on camera, but whoops, wrong one. We want to stay there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. Get a new frame and whatnot for the wider ones. Anyway, I'll be back shortly. 5, maybe 10 minutes. Hopefully sooner, if I can. But be back soon, folks. They've walked you through Horizon Zero Dawn, through The Last of Us, and through For Honor. This summer, one man, one horde, one motorcycle. Many, many locations with an open world map. And one very large arsenal. When the dust settles at the end of the day, who will remain standing? Will it be Deacon St. John? Or those he stands against? Find out for yourself at twitch.tv/wildwolfgaming1. Stay wild, everyone. In the video game streaming system, the viewers are represented by two distinct groups: the gamers who provide walkthroughs and compete for wins, and the entertainers who provide nonsense and fun. These are the games of the Insomnia Squad. Doink Doink by Mike Post. come to twitch.tv/awolvesdengames and click the follow button. That way you will be notified for further games by the Insomnia Squad. Hello folks, yeah, I think I'm done as far as Magic is concerned, but I could probably be persuaded to jump onto a different game. Maybe. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if anybody caught it or not. A family member passed today, and so I wasn't really in the mood to stream to begin with, but when you're in the kind of situation I'm in, you kind of can't afford to back off of work, even for a little bit. So due to that, I was willing to come on and stream a bit. What the heck? Why not? Let me make a slight adjustment here, folks. And we'll switch over to Skyrim in terms of games. Mostly due to, well, I still have some stuff to organize and whatnot, and at least Skyrim is one of those games where when you're doing organization and that sort of thing, it doesn't necessarily require as much thought as trying to outdo your opponent tactically, if you take my meaning. Okay, Skyrim is acting up at the moment. But I'm sure it'll be okay. go. Wasn't... Oh, okay. It is all still there. I was like, wait. I could have sworn that the thingamabob was there. Let's see. I'm gonna go down into the basement and we need a spot for the basic construction stuff and then a spot for jewelry making stuff. Yeah, that'll work. How much iron do we have? I keep losing track of just how much of what we have. But one of the nice things about Skyrim is just being able to wander around and explore. No. I want to hold on to those. Probably shouldn't have gone down here just yet. Or maybe I did. Okay. So what we're going to do is basic construction stuff I'm going to throw in this barrel here. That would be clay, stone, okay, glass would count. So would the goat horns. That goes with jewelry. Wow. That would go in there. That would go in there. Those would go in there. The nails. And the quarried stone. Should be all of those. Oh, straw. There. Now we'll run in here and drop off everything that can be used for armor and whatnot. At least as far as I can tell. So that would be that. Those. Nope. Crap. Gold goes with jewelry. Leather and the leather strips, because they go with armor as much as everything else. Actually, I want to grab this. Wait, there wasn't any firewood, was there? Nope. Okay. Then I'll just leave that as is. And jewelry. And the knapsack. That'll work. Oh, I probably should have grabbed the silver then, huh? And I don't have any actual jewels anymore. Okay. Yep. I need to go move the silver. Sorry, folks. I know this uh, uh, shopping episode bit is probably kind of boring, but seems to help me keep track of certain bits if I thought I'd already grabbed all those. Okay. So I'm gonna grab... Nope. I'm gonna go here and drop all the ore I just picked up that I didn't realize I had. And I should probably bring the blade of Falkreath downstairs, but I'll worry about that in a bit. Furs go here. Yep. Just making sure there wasn't any leather mixed in there on accident. That's right. It's the wrong place anyway. Okay, there's that. Those are potions. Those are ingredients. What's in here? The kids' stuff? Yep. Musical instruments are here. Some people might be sitting here going, why do you have the instruments? Because Sam Riegel. 100% Sam Riegel. Whoops. Drop off some food. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. Okay. Now, due to the armory, or rather the fact that we don't currently have an armory, okay. Enchanted weapons that I'm not currently using will go... Well, enchanted weapons and armor will go in there. As long as they're not currently being used. Whoops. I did that wrong, didn't I? Yes, I did. Enchanted stuff. Pay attention, Kier. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, now enchanted, enchanted. Jewelry will go somewhere else entirely. Let's see. Hope everyone's having a decent day. Armor rating 95. That ain't bad. Wait, that means I can put all the stuff that I've enchanted, as far as what I'm wearing, away. Okay. Now down here we put the non-enchanted weapons, and okay. Whoops. I'll grab that in a minute. There we go. Oh, I need the gold and copper circlet. Because jewelry should be locked up in a safe or... No! I hit the wrong button. Don't you hate when that happens? Instead of just grabbing the one thing, I emptied the entire container. If you couldn't tell, I'm rather tired. But that way we remember to grab it that time. Or not put it away that time. And the main reason why I'm just throwing all this stuff in here is I figure I could turn around, technically enchant them, and then sell them. If nothing else. And that would help cover some costs for upcoming items. I can just put the jewelry right here. Whoops. Jewelry. And then next to it, we'd put any enchanted stuff. We go here. What's here? Those need to go downstairs. Could have sworn I had another spot that had a bunch of jewelry in it. That chest out front is going to be kept for the safe out front will be kept for, or the chest out front, for when we need to just kind of run in here real quick and grab or drop stuff off. And just don't have the time to organize. So while I'm here, let's grab all those real quick. If we've got Dave set, then we need Buster set, right? Right. Gotta have Dave and Buster. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'll remember that. Okay. Thought I'd had other jewelry somewhere. Like the amulets. Or was it just in with this stuff? Just need these for a second. The leather wasn't here, right? Because armor? Let's grab the nails, just to be on the safe side. Just those. Do a quick check of any place that still might need more stuff that we can actually provide. Nope. Wait, why did everything disappear? Did I just build a cabinet I already had? I hope not. Is it weird that I keep expecting okay. Is it weird that I keep kind of expecting to be able to do a tactical slide? Maybe I've been playing a little too much Call of Duty lately. Well, that probably wouldn't be lately. It's been a while. Why does it seem like there are things now in my inventory that shouldn't be there? Other than the minor stuff I had picked up. This is just random nonsense to trace, I believe. That should go elsewhere. Tongs, okay. That covers that. Like I said, mostly we're just organizing stuff for the moment. We'll throw the Horker Tusk in here. Then we turn around. We put the doll, the outfit in here. Whoops. We run in here, drop off the flutes and the loot. Because there was no drum. And then the construction stuff back downstairs. That should put everything back where it's supposed to be. This is where the leather goes. And the leather strips. The rest go here. Been live for almost 2 hours now. Doing our best to just kind of get things organized real quick so we can get things dealt with. We might as well move all of those.
Honored to see you again, my thing.
Sup? Wait, before we put that all away. Wait, I have it, but I can't use it? There we go. I was gonna say. Whoops. Whoops. Because reasons. Dagnabbit. Rogue's got a rogue. Whoops. Cause health. There it is. Okay, there's that much. I know we've leveled up at least. Yeah, we'll get to it. That stays with me. Nice. Well, we got a bunch of potions done. That's a plus. Let's see. That means we can also put all these away. In the proper room. Wrong room. It's too easy to lose track of yeah, most of these I'm just putting away. It's always difficult when you lose track of which direction you're trying to go. I mean, just from this, it looks like we've got majority of the money we need. Just turning around and selling these to potion shops. Keeping that. I want to keep the poisons. Okay, there we go. So all of that dealt with. Now the armor I'm wearing needs enchantments. Sure, why not? Item. The armor. No, wait. Steel plate armor. Okay, I don't have something for this yet. So we'll do this first. Resist fire is all I get. I think the top one was the best. Yep. Anybody have a name for this one? Because otherwise I'm just going to call them Firewalker, I guess. No. Flame Step. That'll work. Remember, folks, for additional information, please come over to twitch.tv/awolvesdengames. We've got a bunch of links and other stuff down below. Okay, that way I've got a little protection on that one. I want archery on everything as far as that goes. Is there anything better than the one I had? No, probably not. Whitestone's Touch. I like that. That'll work. That way there's still a little bit of a Critical Role reference. Wait, did I not? I didn't. Dagnabbit. Whitestone's Touch. Craft. There we go. What'll this let me get? More archery? Hell yeah. Oh, what is that word? Romser. Which I believe means sniper in Mandalorian. And as far as the steel plate armor, these are the only ones it'll let me. Then I think I'm gonna wait on that. Okay, So our armor's a bit better than it was. Let's go ahead and enchant that elven armor real quick and then sell it to somebody. And then we can get some more of the items we need. Let's see. We can throw something on here. And then we take it to a wizard or something. Sell it to them. Make a little money. Buy some stuff. Keep on going. The Raven Queen? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay, so. Trying to remember. Okay, we haven't been north. Whoops. Crap. My apologies, folks. I completely forgot that it was still shrunk and whatnot. It's been a hell of a day. Let's put it that way. That should be a lot easier for everybody to see stuff. Sorry. My fault. Excuse me. Pardon me. I didn't go to the right spot, I'm pretty sure.
Never could get the hang of that. If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first. The Jarl has put out a bounty to slay a giant. Here, take a look at this decree for details. I'll take my leave then.
I've already... thought I'd already gotten everything from here. For a soldier, he doesn't pay a whole lot of attention, does he? Mine. 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 He's not very alert, is he? No wonder they're having so much trouble with their little war. Don't mind me, folks. Just grabbing some stuff I need. Especially if I'm gonna go after a giant like the Jarl wants. Books. Gotta take the books. Gotta have the cabbages. Oh yeah, I leveled up too. I even knew it was empty, and I still checked it. Oh, I've been here before, because I put the... I was the one... Whoops. I was the one who put the other basket in there. Where was it? There it is. Mine. Mine. There we go. Gotta make sure that our library is fully stocked, of course. I went the wrong way. Excuse me, pardon me. Need to find a wizard.
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first.
Thaumaturgist. They might have something. Okay, I know I've been here. I did not want... Whoops. Dagnabbit. Okay. I've raided almost everything now. Huh. And apparently the proprietor is not home. Certainly makes it easier to grab whatever I might need. Huh. Okay, I'm not exactly sure where the other houses are that you can build. I know that there's one. You gotta go to Solitude for that one. And then there's... Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead with Magica just for this one. Wait. What is... Absolutely. Since my weapons all tend to be enchanted. Oh, we'll get back to that rather quickly. Okay, I'm gonna jump over here. See if we can get us that house. Since the first property is nearly completed, like entirely completed, I figure might as well take a peek and see just what it is we needed over here in terms of getting the being able to purchase the property.
I've got a little work if you're interested, traveler.
Who? Who, you?
Are you my gallant hero? Have you come to whisk me away to a life of adventure and romance?
Is she flirting with me?
These vampires, a real menace. You're passing through Solitude? Maybe you're looking to make some easy gold, yes?
Usually.
It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody will miss. Things from underground, or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us were very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other. My sister Deja and I are treasure hunters. We like to collect things.
I'm listening.
You look like a clever one. With the war, many more ships come through these docks. Loaded
Weapons?
with weapons and pay, but few people. And they pass through dangerous waters. We have an interest in one of those boats, the Ice Runner. The Solitude Lighthouse will be guiding it in, but if its fire were to go out, the Ice Runner would run aground. What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like that, there would definitely be a certain amount of loot to be shared.
Of course.
Yes, if someone were to put out the lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot. Don't worry about them. We'll make sure they wash up safe. Maybe they'll even pay us for their heroic rescue from their sad crash.
Right,
It
right.
would be best if we spoke little until you've completed your task.
Doot, 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 doot. I'm no thief. While I'm sitting here swiping everything I can get my hands on. Cabbages. Gotta take the cabbages. That's for Rhymes and for Foster. Brian W. Foster, if you're watching, why? I mean, seriously. Why would you be watching us? Especially when you got 2 shows of your own. Why, Nightshade?
Keep your guard up.
Damn, can't wait to kill another of Alfred's boys.
You can sell off that junk at bits and pieces.
Okay.
The Empress cousin Victoria Vici is getting married soon. Reception will be public. Anyone in Solitude can attend.
This is the Bard's College. We'll deal with that in a bit. First, though. No, wait, it can't be Solitude because the house you get in Solitude is right here. So, that's not the right spot. In fact, that's entirely the wrong spot.
Welcome to the Bard's College. Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people. When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard. Elisif has forbidden the burning of King. To convince her, I want
Aha.
King Olaf's verse, a part of the poetic. Yes, according to Giraud, I need
I already have
to
it.
retrieve the poem. That's tremendous. I have to admit, I didn't fully. Oh no! Well, it means I can't read it to the court without the verse. If she isn't convinced of the festival's importance, then she won't reverse her decision. It means that the burning of King Olaf, which the Bard's College has held for time immemorial, won't be happening. Make it up? That doesn't seem appropriate. I suppose I could copy his style based on what you brought me, but I have no idea what happened in between these verses. Oh, Olaf, our subjugator, the one-eyed betrayer, death-dealing demon and dragon-killing king, your legend is lies, lurid, and false. Your cunning capture of Numenex, a con for the ages. King Olaf was Olaf One-Eye? He famously captured the dragon Numenex and took him to Dragon's Reach. What did we say really happened? I find that highly unlikely, but the court will love it. I'm writing it in.
Yeah.
Olaf grabbed power by promise and threat. From Falkreath to Winterhold, they fell to their knees. But Solitude stood strong, Skyrim's truest protectors. Olaf's vengeance was instant, inspired, and wicked. Strange. According to history, Solitude attacked Winterhold, but as
No, I guess Chewy's not streaming today.
reacted. What did we say happened? No, that's pushing it too far. It's a very exciting, but highly... is not the most exciting answer, but the most likely. I'll write it in.
It has a few final lines, but that's all we needed to add. I need to head to court immediately and present this. You should come.
Okay, I'll meet him at the Blue Palace.
I am Dean of
Morrowind
the Bard's
suffered a
College,
massive
and no, I don't
explosion?
give private lessons.
Don't need the cast iron pot. Wolf Queen. Those are getting saved. Yep, that's right. I'm robbing the Bard's College of their books. Uh-oh. Food. This will free up quite a bit of weight, it looks like. We'll save the spiced wine. Because I don't think I've ever run across that before. Okay, that bookshelf is cleared. Okay, that covers most of those books, other than the ones that are on the bookcase. So now I'll run over to the palace and see what's going on. I kind of expected Chewie to have been on by now, but I guess not. I mean, I know we got our Monday Magic Mania stuff out of the way. And tactical slide. No. I wish. It'd be cool to watch the catches go on one hip, sliding forward.
Be quick. I
If
have
you
little
have
patience
business,
for mundane concerns.
because that's what Ulfric coveted the High King's
Uh-huh.
And so he came before my husband, and when Ulfric unleashed such fury, that is all I will say. For it grieves me to speak of it. Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torrid was
Okay.
the High King, and I am his widow, this land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it. Only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen. A question I am all too... They worry that Tullius is so focused on the war. The real irony is that, while General Tullius is certainly no Nord, trust is always difficult, especially for my people. Yet we must trust in Tullius's... Oh, I thought that matter was handled. I think Folk is taking care of that. Be well. Pray for and my husband.
If I needed something from... Nothing. Oh, don't...
Yeah.
We have something of a vampire problem. Bodies have been found with blood. I don't expect you to be capable of even that. Take a look.
First... Okay. Okay, then what are you carrying? Yeah, I can afford that.
I was, to my shame. The whole court was in attendance. I've seen much in my time, but that was a gruesome day. Because Ulfric needed a symbol. Someone he could defeat that represented the Empire. The White Gold Concordat, the banning of Talos worship. Toryg's father Islot had held Skyrim together for nearly 25 years. When he died, Torygg became that symbol. No, even after Islot died, the Moot voted to make Torygg High King of Skyrim. But Ulfric was at that Moot, continually talking about Skyrim's independence in terms just shy of treason. I don't think Ulfric knew how much Torygg respected him.
It sounds to me like it's the Empire's fault trying to control people that aren't their own.
Torygg might have done it. Because the Dominion is a sleeping beast that Skyrim cannot slay alone. Because many Nords are part of the Imperial Army even now.
And if
Because the food
they
and
all
resources we get from
rose
the
up.
Empire are important to our people. Because even if we can't openly worship him, Talos the god was once Tiber Septim the man, and this is his empire. And Torygg wasn't ready to let it fall apart.
I can understand that too.
I was a member of the court during the reign of Torygg's father. It was Torygg who appointed me to the position. Very. I helped raise him. Oh, I could not have been more proud to see Torygg on the throne. He made a fine king. A fine king. Not really. Varnius Junius is a fool. I'm sure nothing will come of it. I suppose
Wolf
if you're
Skull
truly
Cave.
interested, you could talk to Falk. He's the better safe than sorry type. I have no time or patience for a student. Perhaps I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you
I have
do.
no time or patience for a student, but I can teach you. I don't have enough. We'll get to it.
Do you have this? You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest. There have been reports of weird...
I think I've been there.
I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. The cave has a bad history. Long... That was over 500 years ago. Nothing much down there now. Of course he does. What sort of...
Sorry if I'm kind of jumping
Maybe
ahead a
you'll be
little,
listening
but
to Eric. You'll pay those rumors no heed if you wish to retain your wealth.
I'm not sure how much you guys actually want to hear regarding what the people have to say, especially when they're getting a little long-winded.
That remains to be seen. But we must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning. Should they accept her rule, we will have peace. Feel free to return to me with questions. The Blue Palace...
Please address all questions to the steward. My duty is to keep the Jarl safe, not play nursemaid to you sycophants.
Okay, we've done that bit. I'm gonna have to do the Wolf Skull Cave thing in order to get the house, but now that I've remembered we don't really want the house here yet, I'm trying to remember if I have to go to Dawnstar or Morthal. If anybody's watching and are familiar with the Hearthfire DLC, I'd appreciate a heads up as to which of those will get me the other property over in that area. I do remember, however, that we were intending to go here to get this taken care of. Where is that sword? I want that sword. No, we want arrows. And actually, before we do that, let's jump back home and drop off all them books. Because that would just be kind of crazy. Oh yeah, upstairs. Wait, have we? Yeah, all those are full. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh. One. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. Oh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Whoops. I should have done something while I was still up there. Sorry if I'm being a little confusing, folks. Oh. Whoops. Okay, that covers pretty much everything. I do need to go back to the Bard's College and clean that place out. Hey, there's an idea. Can we go around Skyrim and steal all the books from everybody's houses? Wonder how long that would take. Granted, once I have the books, I actually got to go back through to be able to organize them. It's kind of weird. I know we don't usually do quests, but this one kind of needed it. Whoops. Even with my flame resistance. Do I have a better arrow? We'll go with that, and hope we do all right, I guess. Now, if I do this right, okay, so it literally won't let me without. Okay. Maybe ice will help counteract his fire. We'll have to see. Shit.